In this video, we're going to continue the review for the Unit 5 test. So here they're asking which angle is the largest. So to know this, you have to look at the largest side, so 8. And you're not going to say angle A and C because those are touching it. You have to look opposite of that angle to figure out the largest, look opposite that side to figure out the largest angle. So opposite that side would be angle B. The next question wants us to find the smallest side of angle PQR, or triangle PQR. So this time it says the smallest. So I can use the smallest angle, 58, but I'm not going to be using R in my side then. I have to look opposite. So remember to look opposite. And so it's actually going to be this side right here. So it's going to be side PQ. This next question is reviewing what we just did, but now we're going to list the angles from greatest to least. So I'm going to start with my greatest side, which is 8, and I'm going to look opposite from that, which is angle B. Next, I'm going to look at the second greatest side, which is 7. If I look opposite of that, I get angle A, so the last one there would be angle C. Now we're moving on to what we learned in the next topic, which was about the triangle inequality theorem, which told you that if you add two sides of a triangle, your sum has to be greater than the third side. If you want to know if it's triangle with certain legs exists, you add the two smaller sides, make sure it's bigger than the third side. So here I'm going to add my two smaller sides, which are 12 and 9. So again, I'm adding the two smaller sides. And I get 21. And now I check if the sum that we got is greater than the third side. So I'm going to check now if this is greater than 15. So is 21 greater than 15? The answer is yes. So these could make the sides of a triangle. The next question asks, can these form the sides of a triangle? So if I add 3 and 5, I get 8. Is 8 greater than 8? The answer is no, it's equal, not greater. So they can't make the sides of a triangle. Our next question wants us to find the range of possible values for the third side. So they gave us 2. If you remember when we learned this, the trick is to take the difference. So we're going to find the difference. And then we're going to find the sum, and those will give us the numbers we use in our range. So the difference, we would do 12 minus 9, which is 3. For the sum, 12 plus 9 is 21. So the third side has to be between 3 and 21 units. This next question is checking still that we understand the sides of triangles. So it wants to know which of the following does not represent the lengths of the sides of a triangle. So I'm going to add the two smaller sides, check if it's greater than the third side. Here, 2 plus 6 is equal to 8, and 8 is greater than 7. So that could be the sides of a triangle. Our next one, we're going to add 3 and 10. 3 and 10 is equal to 13. 13 is not greater than 15. So this one could not be the sides of a triangle. Since this one said which one does not, the answer would be B. Here on this next question, it wants to know what these triangles are congruent using. So we learned several theorems: side, 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 angle, side, angle, side, angle, and angle, angle, side. So for side, 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 all three sides would be congruent in both triangles. For side, angle, side, you would have an angle in between two sides. For angle, side, angle, you would have an angle, side, and angle congruent all on the same side. And for angle, angle, side, you would have two angles and a separate side congruent. So here, since this is a common side to both, this one's also congruent. So this one is showing side, side, side. in this next picture, I have an angle, and a side. And so we have to decide, is it angle, angle, side, or angle, side, angle? Well, is a side separate from the angles or in between them? If you look, these two angles are together on a line. That side's separate from the line. So because of that, this is angle, angle, side. Here on this next one, it says name the postulate, if possible, that makes the triangles congruent. So here I notice two angles, and I notice these are vertical angles. Vertical angles are also congruent. So I can mark those congruent. But there is no such thing as AA. So we had learned there is no such thing as angle, angle, angle. So therefore, this one is not possible. We cannot prove that those two triangles are congruent. So our last question here, we see an angle and a side. And here, if you notice, these are vertical angles. And we know vertical angles are congruent. So therefore, there's another A. And since these are all together on the same side, this is called angle, side, angle. So you can review this video to study for your test on Unit 5. You can also go back and look at some of the classwork for Unit 5.